What if I told you one of the Premier League's greatest ever goal scorers was forbidden by his own father from playing in a real match until he was a teenager? It sounds like madness, but this strange, demanding path forged an icon. This is a story you have to hear to believe, so make sure you're subscribed to Legends of Football League, and let's dive in. Our story doesn't begin under the dazzling floodlights of a European megastadium. No, it begins on the humble, dusty training grounds of Chuncheon, a quiet city in South Korea. This is where a young boy named Son Heung-min met his first coach, his mentor, and his strictest critic, his own father, Mr. Son woong-jung. Mr. woong-jung, a former professional player whose career was cut short by injury, knew one thing with absolute certainty. Fundamentals were everything. Not tactics, not glory, but pure, unshakable technique. So he made a decision that many called crazy. He refused to let his own son play in a single official match until he turned 14. Instead, day after grueling day, it was just Son, his father, and the ball. The routine was brutally simple, brutally repetitive. Imagine it keeping the ball in the air for 4 hours straight, not letting it touch the ground even once. 4 hours. Then thousands upon thousands of shots with his right foot. Then his left over and over until the ball felt like an extension of his own body. The sweat and tears that soaked that dirt pitch in Chuncheon were watering the seeds of a legend. That foundation built on discipline that bordered on obsession is the entire secret to his genius. What do you think of his father's method? Was it the masterstroke of a visionary, or was it pushing a child too far? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. At 16 years old, with that incredible foundation, now part of his DNA, Son Heung-min packed his bags and his dreams. He left his family, his home, and everything he knew for Germany, joining the academy of Hamburger SV. This was the turning point. Imagine being a teenager all alone in a foreign country, unable to speak the language, surrounded by a completely different footballing culture. Many would have crumbled. But the fire inside Son, stoked by all those hours on the training pitch, never even flickered. He didn't just adapt, he excelled. He was quickly promoted to the first team, and soon the Bundesliga crowds began to whisper about the young man from Asia. They watched mesmerized as he would glide across the pitch with graceful runs before unleashing thunderous long-range shots with either foot. You couldn't tell which was his stronger one. After 3 explosive seasons lighting up Hamburg, he made the move to Bayer Leverkusen. It was there he truly blossomed, becoming one of the league's most feared attacking talents and earning the nickname Sonaldo for his incredible goal-scoring instincts. The rough diamond from Chuncheon had been polished into a glittering jewel ready for an even bigger stage. If you love stories about players conquering new leagues and proving themselves against the odds, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because you won't want to miss where this journey goes next. In the summer of 2015, Son Heung-min arrived in London. He pulled on the iconic lily-white shirt of Tottenham Hotspur, and the most glorious chapter of his career was about to begin. But it wasn't easy. His first season was a struggle, a blur of frustration and self-doubt. He was so close to giving up, to packing his bags and returning to the familiar comfort of Germany. But encouraged by those around him and driven by that same relentless will his father had instilled in him, Son stayed. He chose to fight. And boy, did he win. From that moment on, the world witnessed the Son Heung-min we know and love today. He and Harry Kane forged one of the most lethal attacking partnerships the Premier League has ever seen, a telepathic connection that shattered records for goal-assist combinations. And then there are the moments of individual magic. Who could ever forget December 2019 against Burnley? He picks up the ball on the edge of his own box, and he just runs. A lung-bursting 80-yard surge gliding past defender after desperate defender as if they were standing still before calmly slotting the ball home. It was a goal of breathtaking genius, and it rightly earned him the FIFA Puskás Award. The absolute pinnacle, though, came in the 2021-2022 season. Son Heung-min did the unthinkable. He scored 23 goals to become the first Asian player in history to win the Premier League Golden Boot. And what makes it even more legendary, not a single one of those goals was a penalty. He stood at the summit of the most demanding league on earth, having earned every single step. For the South Korean national team, Son isn't just a star player. He's a symbol. He is the hope of an entire nation resting on his shoulders. We saw his tears of heartbreak after being knocked out of the 2014 World Cup. And we saw his tears of pure, unadulterated pride after leading his country to a famous victory over Germany at the 2018 World Cup. But the defining moment of pressure came at the 2018 Asian Games. With the weight of mandatory military service looming over his career, Son, as an overaged player, had one chance to lead the U-23 team to a gold medal. The pressure was suffocating. He carried his younger teammates all the way to the final. And in a breathtaking, nerve-shredding victory, they did it. The image of Son collapsing to the turf at the final whistle, celebrating through a flood of tears, said more than words ever could about the burden he carried. And the monumental relief of his triumph. As the 2024 to 2025 season drew to a close, a 33-year-old Son Heung-min stood as the undeniable heart and soul of Tottenham Hotspur. After the departures of club legends Hugo Lloris and Harry Kane, the captain's armband was passed to him. It was the most fitting recognition of his loyalty, his leadership, and his unwavering influence. Under the guidance of Captain Sonny, and the attacking philosophy of manager Ange Postecoglou, Tottenham played with a renewed spirit. They were brave, they were passionate, and while the Premier League trophy remained just out of reach, he led a young, hungry squad to a top-4 finish, securing their return to the prestigious Champions League. Son himself evolved. The explosive goal-scorer of his youth was now also a master playmaker, a mentor, a pillar of strength who lifted everyone around him. For South Korea, he remains their guiding light, steering them through the World Cup 2026 qualifiers, with their ticket almost secured. That dream of one last glorious World Cup campaign still burns brightly within him. The story of Son Heung-min is more than just a list of goals and trophies. It's an epic of willpower. It's about overcoming every obstacle, working relentlessly when no one is watching, and rising to the absolute peak of the beautiful game. From the boy on the dusty pitch in Chuncheon to the legendary captain in London, his journey is a masterpiece of inspiration. And no matter what the future holds, that fire in his feet and that radiant, infectious smile will forever remind us that no dream is ever too big. And that's where we leave this incredible story for now. What a journey. I'm so eager to hear your thoughts. Which moment from Sonny's career stands out the most to you? Was it the Puskás goal, the Golden Boot, or that emotional Asian Games victory? Please share all your opinions, your favorite memories, and any questions you have down in the comments below. I absolutely love reading them and building this amazing community of football lovers together. Thanks for watching.